Mosasaurs comprise a group of extinct large marine reptiles. Mosasaurus, lizard of the Mills River, is the famous type genus of the mosasaurs. Today, let's learn about this famous reptile family.
Mosasaurus had a long, thick, barrel-shaped body and big eyes. It had 4 limbs that were shaped like flippers for ease of movement in the water. Even though it had the capability to dive, Mosasaurus hovered near the ocean surface. Mosasaur's jaws are pretty interesting and terrifying. Look closely at this Jurassic World poster. You see a Mosasaurus complete with 2 extra rows of teeth inside its maw. Did some Hollywood concept artist mix these up to have the thing look scarier? Actually, no. Grabbing food underwater would have been a challenge for Mosasaurs. Snakes and monitor lizards are their closest living relatives. Like their mosasaur relatives, snakes have extra teeth. The extinct reptiles were also closely akin to monitor lizards, such as the Komodo dragon. Perhaps mosasaurs had forked, flickering tongues like their modern brethren. Unfortunately, because soft tissue seldom fossilized, we may never know for sure. Mosasaurs gave birth to live young. Everhart estimates that a 50-foot mosasaur would have weighed around 5,000 kilos. Something that big would have really struggled to pull itself ashore to give birth. So like many oceanic animals, it gave birth beneath the waves. We know this thanks to a flyplate carper specimen. The mid-sized animal was found in both hemispheres' oceans from 83 to 71 million years ago. The modern mosasaur, which was discovered in South Dakota, shed some light on how these creatures came into the world. Scattered around the reptile's body were the remains of her unborn young. Just before dying off, the mosasaur family really diversified. Mosasaurs were widely successful. Their fossils have been found on every continent, even Antarctica. And during the last 25 million years of the family's existence, strange new varieties began to emerge, while more traditional mosasaurs died on fish, squids, and smaller reptiles in the open ocean. A few latecomers carved out vastly different niches. Consider globidens, which evolved rounded teeth designed for crushing hard shells. Later, the heavy-billed Goroneosaurus, whose skull almost looks like it was stolen from some poor crocodile, invaded African rivers. And then there is a narrow-snouted Plodosaurus with its weird, fish-like build, the potential hallmark of a streamlined, high-speed lifestyle. Mosasaurs are considered the great marine reptiles that ruled the seas during the Cretaceous period. Although they are often referred to as the T-Rex of the seas, they were not dinosaurs, but reptiles that returned to the sea during the Cretaceous period. They breathed air. Although mosasaurs were aquatic, they were reptiles, which means they had to surface to breathe air, like a sea turtle today. Body size 3 to 50 feet. Some suggest Dilophosaurus were only 3 feet in length, while others, like Tylosaurus, grew up to 50 feet in length. Most mosasaurs were over 10 feet in length. How did mosasaurs swim? Lindgren suggests the mosasaur held the front of its body rigid and used the rear of its body and tail for propulsion. This makes for a very efficient swimming machine. This is also similar to how crocodiles swim. Based on the outline, the mosasaur had a tail fluke like that of a shark. Other mosasaurs have also been found with this fluke-like tail. This means they were probably very fast swimmers. What color were mosasaurs? New research shows they were most likely a dark color, similar to a sperm whale coloration. The mosasaur contained so much of this pigment, it would have been very dark in color. Lindgren says this dark color scheme, similar to a sperm whale, would help with thermoregulation, protect against UV radiation when at the surface, and provide camouflage when deep. The name of Mosasaurus means lizard of the Mills River. The Mosasaurus could be found in oceans around the globe during the late Cretaceous period. The teeth of Mosasaurus were shaped like a sharp spikes, allowing them grip and hold on to their prey. The length of Mosasaurus was greater than the fearsome Tyrannosaurus rex. It's estimated that the Mosasaurus lived in the waters around North America and Western Europe. It's probably they also lived in the waters around Japan and New Zealand. The largest discovered specimen of Mosasaurus had a length of up to 56 feet. The Mosasaurus is estimated to have been one of the last of Mosasaurids. Mosasaurs are reptiles that left the land for water. Hydropodal limbs evolved independently at least 2 times. Mosasaurs would have been prey as well. They were eaten by sharks, a detail established with the discovery of shark teeth fixed into mosasaur bone. Giant mosasaurs were the top predator in the sea and were widespread across the world. Much of their day would have been spent swimming slowly near the seabed, looking for suitable prey to attack. Their diet consisted of slow-moving animals like ammonites, birds, and turtles, but they would also tackle larger and swifter prey such as shark and plesiosaurs when the opportunity arose. As the mosasaurs were not fast swimmers, they would have stalked their prey using natural cover provided by seaweed and rocks. Only when the prey was within striking range would the mosasaur propel itself forward. Being caught in a mosasaur's jaws meant almost certain death. The early Native Americans drew images of these giant lizards. They believed these fossils were the remains of mythological beings named Waganian, thunder beings, and Uncatilla, water monsters, and possessed supernatural powers. Mosasaurus was a predator that had excellent vision to compensate for its poor sense of smell, and a high metabolic rate that suggests it was athalmatic, warm-blooded, an adaptation only found in mosasaurs amongst whales. Mosasaurus was a common large predator in these oceans and a dominant genus positioned at the top of the food chain. By the end of the Cretaceous, mosasaurs like Mosasaurus were at the height of evolutionary radiation, and their extinction was a sudden event. During the late Maastrichtian, global sea levels dropped, which drained the continents of their nutrient-rich seaways and altered circulation and nutrient patterns, reducing the number of available habitats for Mosasaurus. The genus endured by accessing new habitats in more open waters. The geologically youngest fossils of Mosasaurus, which includes those of Mosasaurus hoffmanni and indeterminate species, occurred up to the Cretaceous-Paleogene boundary. The demise of the genus was likely a result of Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction events that also wiped out the dinosaurs. Multiple oceanic climate zones encompass the seaways, including tropical, subtropical, temperate, and subpolar climates. The wide range of oceanic climates yielded a large diversity of fauna that coexisted with Mosasaurus. While some would envision Mosasaurus as a scavenger, the fossil evidence also contradicts this as an olfactory bulb. The part that processes smells is one of the most poorly developed areas. While many oceanic predators use smell to detect injured prey for an easy meal, Mosasaurus would have been at disadvantage to most of these. Perhaps the most likely scenario for Mosasaurus hunting behavior is one that saw it hanging around the upper ocean and waiting for other marine reptiles to surface for air. At this time, they would be at their most vulnerable as they would be in the most lit portion of the water, and unable to dive back down as they would drown without a fresh supply of air in their body. Here is some information about Mosasaurus that appeared in the Jurassic World movie. Average height 12 feet 3.7 meters. Average length 85 feet 26 meters. Average weight 64,000 pounds 29 tons. Breeding behaviors. Mosasaurus don't lay eggs, and if we had a bigger population, we estimated that one mosasaur female will carry its normally 2 youngs for 1 year until it gives birth to them. Top speed. The Mosasaurus can swim as fast as a whale, about 30 miles per hour. Habitat. Shallow near shore waters, coast, shorelines, and lagoons. Social behaviors. Being the only specimen of her species, the social behavior of this creature with others of its own species is unknown, but being very large animals, they probably lived isolated, hunting alone in the Cretaceous waters. The Mosasaurus sounds were a mix of walruses and beluga whales to give the mosasaur weight as well as to make it more of a marine animal and not a land animal. In a series of fictional animation videos of dinosaur battles from the Pong 1977 channel, there are 2 videos of Mosasaurus fight scenes. Fighting with Spinosaurus. After defeating Giganotosaurus, Spinosaurus jumps in the water and challenges Mosasaurus. Spinosaurus bites Mosasaurus, but was countered by Mosasaurus rolling around. Mosasaurus attacked Spinosaurus but couldn't land a hit until he crushed Spinosaurus onto the ocean floor and tosses him to the ice sheet above and crashed into Spinosaurus. However, Spinosaurus uses the icicles above to kill Mosasaurus and was successful, thus killing Mosasaurus. Fight with Megalodon. The match starts when the 2 turn around and start to charge at each other. Megalodon takes the first hit to Mosasaurus, leaving Mosasaurus stunned and falling down. Megalodon goes into another attack, but Mosasaurus dodges just in time. Megalodon attacks from below and bites Mosasaurus, leaving Mosasaurus in pain. Mosasaurus counterattacks by rolling around, which causes Megalodon to let go. Mosasaurus attacks Megalodon and goes in for another strike, but Megalodon dodges in time. Megalodon charges for Mosasaurus' head and continues to inflict pain on Mosasaurus, thus killing Mosasaurus. Okay, so the video analyzing amazing facts about the Mosasaurus is over. If you see this video interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe if this is your first time watching my video. Goodbye and see you again.